Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton with my co-host Sid Roeder. How are you, Sid?
I am doing fantastic.
Are you well rested after your vacation?
Yeah, it wasn't really a vacation, but yes.
You went to Germany. How is that not a vacation?
Well, if you're going there because that's what your family's at and your parents are aging and you need to consider some of the senior issues because there are some assisted living things that are coming up.
All right. I guess you're off the hook. Well, welcome back. It's good to have you back. We have a wonderful guest with us. We'll get to him here in a second, but do you want to tell us all about our sponsors?
I will. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, and really anybody who cares. And our guest today is also one of the members, but we'll get there in a minute. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you'd like to talk to me personally, you can reach me at 435-512-6406.
Now, can they reach you at any time of the day or night, or just during the day?
I know Bruce used to joke about this too. Luckily, we're in Cache Valley and people are actually polite. I'm probably not going to answer my phone after 7 p.m.
All right, good deal. Okay, everyone, before 7 p.m. All right, our guest today is Scott Howder. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Yeah?
You did really good.
I did good.
You did really good.
Excellent. And you're with White Pine Funeral Home.
I am.
That's
Yeah.
excellent. Well, so how did you get involved in all of that?
So I have been doing the funeral business for 20 years, and I started back in 2003. Allen Hall Mortuary hired me then. I was going through school at Utah State. I was graduating in marketing, and I graduated, and Jason Allen, the current owner of Allen Hall Mortuary, approached me and asked me for a job. He says, "Do you want to come work full-time for us?" And I says, "Sure." So I had a degree, bachelor's in marketing, and he invited me to come work there. From 2003 to current, I've been a funeral director, and I've loved every minute of it. I keep saying I've seen everything, but then something unique happens, and I find out that I don't know everything. So it's a really enjoyable profession. I'm the son of Kent K. Howder of Smithfield, Utah. I married Alicia Bowen. She's the daughter of Rod and Toki Bowen of Providence. And we've got 4 kids, and they're wonderful except for one of them. So, no, I'm just kidding.
No, that's excellent.
No.
I have 4 kids as well, and I just, it depends on which days, which one's my favorite and which one gets kicked to the curb. So.
Yeah, sometimes I'll say I have 3 wonderful kids, and then I have another kid. So.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, so.
My wife tells me that she has 5 kids. And I'm one of those kids that she has to take care of and babysit.
No, they're wonderful. All 4 of them are great. I'm kidding. So.
Oh, wow. Now I want to find out who that one is.
Be asking questions now. So.
Well, let's segue into your industry, the funeral industry, and let's talk a little bit about some of the things that people might not know.
Well, that's a good question. A lot of people haven't gone through the passing away of a loved one, and it can be a very scary thing. It can be very daunting. It can be very overwhelming. They're dealing with a lot of emotions when someone dies, and so those emotions can overwhelm someone in the decision making. So there's different types of deaths. There's someone that has passed away due to a very shocking, surprised way that it wasn't expected, is very unexpected. Those deaths can be really hard to deal with. The other deaths are those that seem to be expected. Loved ones on hospice, loved ones in the hospital. They have a terminal illness. They're kind of expecting it, so they can make decisions a little bit easier. They can plan ahead a little bit, knowing that their loved one's going to be passing away soon. Either way, there are decisions that have to be made, and those decisions can be based off of emotions, and it can be based off of financial reasons. But we offer any type of service that can help make things a little bit easier for the loved one to deal with the loss of their loved one.
Well, and that leads me to the other subject. If we have any seniors listening, there's obviously also a way to either pre-plan at least, or even prepay, or have insurance, so your kids don't get overwhelmed with having to make all those decisions if their parents pass. Do you want to unravel that a little bit for our senior listeners?
Sure, yeah, thank you for that. So there are families that come in that have not made any decisions. So for instance, if someone's father or mother pass away, they will come in and they again are overwhelmed with what decisions to make on types of services, merchandise such as casket, other things that go along with planning a funeral or even cremation. But the one thing that is very beneficial to the surviving family members is if someone prearranges or prepays for their funeral or for their services that they wish after they pass away. We've had multiple families come in and say, realizing that their father, mother, sibling, anything that have prearranged or prepaid for a funeral prior to them passing away, it is a huge benefit, huge advantage to them, knowing that everything's picking, everything's chosen, everything's decided upon, and they know what they need to do. They don't have to worry about emotional spending. They don't have to worry about the financial obligations, because those are already been taken care of. So it is a huge benefit. It's a huge advantage for people to come in, especially if they have children, that they want to choose what they want, the service-wise, what casket, what vault, what clothing. There's a lot of decisions that go into that, and financially as well, and they can pay for that, take care of it, so that when the loved one does come in, that is all taken care of. They can say, well, that's what Dad chose, we're going to go with it, and they don't have to stress about it. They don't have to worry about making those hard decisions, especially when they're dealing with emotional trauma.
Yeah, that already brings us up to the end of our first segment. I was so listening to you, Scott, that for a minute I had a little break there. But before we go out, I want to give you a chance to mention your contact information, your phone number, in case someone would like to get in touch with you.
You bet. I work at White Pine Funeral Home. They are a wonderful firm. We have a wonderful staff there. We got Britton Atkinson and Nikki Stewart as our full-time staff. They are awesome. They deal with the public in a loving, caring way, and we do everything we can to make things a little easier for them as they go through that. Our phone number is 435-709-6800. Our email is info@whitepinefunerals.com, and our website's whitepinefunerals.com. So if you need any help, we're happy to be there for you.
Thank you, Scott. This is the Senior Moment Show. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, Sell it and move on.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. You know, it isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
And welcome back to our Senior Moments Show. I'm Bryce Patton with Sid Roeder, as well as our guest today, Scott Howder. Did I get it?
You got it.
Oh my gosh, it's going to kill me. I keep looking at my paper. Well, Scott, we've been talking about the different services that you guys perform over there at White Pine and all the different things. Can you kind of walk me through, since luckily I've never had to deal with this on a personal level, all the different services that you guys provide? We were talking in the break about like insurance or different ways to prepay, and even services aftermath. Could you walk us through some of those?
Oh yeah, you bet. So we have the services we offer is funerals, viewings. I mean, anything that a family member would like to do for their loved one in honoring them, whether it's a celebration of life, a memorial, an actual funeral, a viewing, a visitation. We do everything. So for instance, if someone were to pass away, they would give us a call. They would make the arrangements where we would come out day or night, during the day or in the middle of the night, we would come and get the person, the loved one of those, and we'd bring them back to the funeral home and we'd give really good care to them. We'd then set up an arrangements for the family members to come in at their earliest convenience, and we'd sit them down in a conference room and we go over everything that they want to do a plan, like a funeral plan, or whether it's cremation or if it's a funeral and a visitation, a viewing prior. And they'll let us know what their wishes are. And our job is to walk them through this whole process of taking care of their loved one. So we plan it out for them. We help them. They decide on which day they want the funeral. They decide if they want a viewing. We arrange everything for them. We help them with the obituary. We help them with the death certificates and filing with the health department. We also go over any other decisions that need to be made, such as filing life insurance policies, anything that will help them make things a little bit easier for their life. Now, they can pre-arrange that and pre-plan that and also prepay it. Now, there's a difference. Pre-arranging is usually goes hand in hand with prepaying. Most people will come in, if they're going to pre-plan, they're going to also prepay for it. And what that does is it's a huge advantage that it locks the price in at the time so that they can pay it all up front or they can make payments on it before they pass away and they can get it taken care of. And usually at White Pine, it's an insurance policy, and it locks the pricing in at today's prices. So 20 years down the road, when that person passes away, if pricing has gone up in any sorts, it won't be anything extra to the surviving family members. So it's a huge benefit. It's taken care of. The decisions have been made. The merchandise has been chosen, and that's locked in and guaranteed. We guarantee our goods and services if the contract's been paid and making payments and currently being paid for.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say, I know White Pine does not do cremation. Is there a way for you to accommodate for a service that includes cremation too, though?
Yeah, we actually don't have a crematory on site there, but we do offer the services of cremation. So if someone has decided cremation, we still do the same arrangements kind of spoken of. We'll go get the person that's passed away. We'll bring them back to the funeral home. We'll give them the care that they need. We'll meet with the family at their earliest convenience. We also will talk if they want a visitation, a memorial, a celebration of life of any sort. They can use our beautiful chapel that we have, our beautiful visitation room, our viewing rooms, and we can offer those services prior to the cremation. And then we do have a crematory here in the valley that we do take the person to and do the cremation process itself. So yes, we do offer that.
Okay. What about, you were talking about some of these other services like going through filing the life insurance policies and the trust. Is that something you guys do, or do you just point people in the right direction?
So we have an amazing lady that works there at White Pine. Her name's Melanie Christie. She is amazing. She can walk you through the process of doing a prearranged plan. She can talk about set up payment plans for you. She can set up any type of arrangements prior to the person passing away, and she can plan that all out with you and sit you down. And she spends a good amount of time answering any questions and then showing what payments or how expensive a funeral will be. She also takes care of we call it an aftercare, and that's basically after everything's finished. The funeral's finished, days later, you can contact her, and she will help you take care of those filing life insurance policies, taking names off of accounts, closing out accounts. She will help walk you through that, and she helps take care of any stress that may be landing on family members because of that after a funeral or after the death of a loved one. She works really hard to do that. She takes really good care of our families that need that service.
Okay, just one question I have there. When it comes to property, for example, because as you know, I'm in real estate, is she also able to help them through the probate process by connecting them with an estate attorney? Does she do that also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she can do that, and she's done that before. And she, like I said, she's very caring, very good with the people, and she does a really good job with them.
Now, is that an extra cost that goes into that? Is there different packages that you can go with, and that one's included, or is that just part of you guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do have packages for funerals. We have packages for cremation, and in each package it is listed of what is included in those packages. Every package does include in the pricing what Melanie will help take care of after everything's finished, and if you need any help with any aftercare services. So that is included. It's nothing extra. It's included. And that's the one benefit of White Pine Funeral Home, is that we do have someone there that will help you after the funeral, after the services, after the death of the loved one, to help take that stress off you in that way.
Okay. One quick question. Have you ever experienced a situation where the kids were not aware that somebody had prepaid a funeral and then came in and was delighted not to have to make those decisions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We do have, it's happened more than once. It happens frequently. Most family members do know that their parents or loved one does have something set up. So, but there has been times where they'll come in. We always check, just in case, we always check our records and our files to see, because some family members don't know that. And so there's been times where we says, were you aware that there was a prearranged plan that it's paid for and everything's taken care of? And they have been so delighted to hear that, because it's a huge stress reliever.
Yeah, we're already on our second break here, and when we come back, maybe if you haven't got the contact information, grab a piece of paper and a pen. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm stumbling. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a prearranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts prearranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. I'm Bryce Patton with Sid Roeder. We've been talking with Scott Howder here. Got it. Third time. Got it all three times. And we've been talking about White Pine Funeral Home. When we left off at the break, we were talking about your contact information. Would you mind sharing your contact information at White Pine, but then Melanie Christie's as well, if you could, so people know who they can reach out to for that pre-planning aspect?
Absolutely. So, phone number for White Pine Funeral Home is 435-709-6800. And Melanie Christie, who's our prearranged funeral planner, her phone number is 435-230-3836.
Excellent. And they can just call her and set something up. She can walk them through the whole process.
Yes. She's really good.
Yeah. So now I'm curious. You've been doing this for 20 some odd years, it sounded like. Why do you keep doing it? Like, what's your why behind everything?
You know, when I first started, it was a job that was very beneficial. Like, it was something that brought a lot of peace to you. Like, you would help these family members make it to give comfort to them during a trying time. And like I said, I worked for Allen Hall for 20 years, and recently they moved me to White Pine, and I've been at White Pine for the last month and a half. And White Pine does a phenomenal job, and just being there and doing the work that I do it's very it's a wonderful thing to do, and I enjoy helping families. I enjoy taking care of deceased people, to take care of them, their final wishes, and make sure that they're taken care of. It is a huge benefit to me. It's a huge benefit to the families, and it's just real enjoyable to do that. And I've loved every minute of it.
Great. I had another question that just popped in my mind that we haven't talked about, and that is transferability. Because if I remember in previous shows that we've done with James, if you do prepay for a funeral, you can transfer that. Like, for example, if I did this here today, but then I moved to Ohio, and then, of course, my kids wouldn't necessarily want to have the funeral there.
Yeah.
It could be taken to a different place, correct?
That's a really good question, and some people worry about that. Some people worry, well, I may move to Arizona or St. George later on in life, and it is transferable, depending on how far away the person moves away. If they're relatively within a distance where we can still honor those funeral arrangements or those arrangements that have been made, we can still do that. St. George, we can still honor the arrangements. We'll go get the person from St. George. We'll bring them back. We can do funerals in St. George. We can do funerals up in Boise. We've done funerals in Oregon. We've done funerals in California. So relatively, we can still do services in a closer in the western part of the United States. If it starts getting thousands of miles away, then yes, it can be transferred. It can be transferred to another funeral home, and so everything's protected in that way. The insurance policies are set up in a way that they can be transferred so that no one needs to worry about something like that. Some extra costs may incur just in case if you do go to another funeral home. Some funeral homes may honor it, they may not honor it. It just depends, and you may want to find out before you do transfer it. So,
well, that's excellent. That's great to know. I mean, that you guys are able to have a little fluidity in that aspect. So I was just wondering, what about with what Melanie does? Does she also help with like the burial plot? Is that something you guys help out with, or is that something that people need to go do on their own?
Typically, families, we encourage families to go to the cemetery because they may pick a certain direct location in the cemetery itself. They may want to say, I want to be on the east side of the cemetery by this big oak, or they may want to pick something specific. So we do encourage them to go pick it themselves and choose the space themselves. Melanie can help in that manner, but most of the time it's the family that's doing that.
Okay, in the break, we talked a little bit about your staff, Scott, and you did want to mention that a little bit before we are at the end of our show.
Yeah, so I'm a licensed funeral director. There's another licensed funeral director there named Britton Atkinson. He's from Preston. He's been there for 3 years. He's phenomenal. He's really good with families. He's very loving and caring and fulfills the wishes of those family members. We also have Nikki Stewart there. She's the office manager there that helps with programs. She'll type up obituaries for you. We'll do the programs for you. She'll also help with death certificates. She is amazing. If you do call, you'll most likely get her voice. She'll probably answer the phone. And then Melanie Christie, like I said, she handles all prearranged funeral planning and also all the aftercare. We do also have some part-time staff, Missy Keister, Lynn Hobbs, Colin Christensen. They help out to help on viewings, help out on funerals. And so they are a great staff. They are phenomenal. They've been with White Pine from the very beginning, and they are really good with people, and they will answer any questions you have.
Thank you for coming in today, Scott. We just barely have enough time for one more phone number and location.
Yeah, so our location's 753 South, 100 East in Logan, Utah. It's right by the driver's license place. Our website is www.whitepinefunerals.com. Our phone number is 435-709-6800. If you want to email any questions, our email is info@whitepinefunerals.com.
Thank you, Scott. And that is the end of our Senior Moments show. We'll hope you tune in again next week.
Thank you.